Hello and thank you for stopping by. Today I'm going to show you how to remove this tire from the rim and mount a new tire on the rim by hand out of the shop in the field with ordinary tools. This happens to be on a Go Kart, but it would be the same whether this was a lawnmower tire, a golf cart tire, any small tire. There are times these small tires can be difficult to remove from the rim and to mount on again, and to help it along, I'm leaving it in the sun so that rubber softens up. This is a good time to check your valve stem. If it's leaking, replace it. If you're not sure, replace it. In this case, the stem is good. So I'm just going to remove the core with this tool, or you could use this tool that was showing up above. And if you don't have either one of these tools, you could remove this valve core with a pair of needle nose pliers. You want to let the pressure out before you remove this valve core. You don't want it shooting out at you. If you're going to use the same air valve, be sure to save this core. You don't want to be losing that. Let's go over to the shade and get this tire off. These are some of the tools I'll be using. I have a flat tire iron. I have this little crowbar. I have this screwdriver. A longer length screwdriver would be better. You have this tool that we already used. A couple of clamps. And this tire iron. If you could get a pair of tire irons like this or a round piece of metal, this works better than any of the other tools, better than the tire iron and the crowbar. The round stock works better on these tires, but this is what I have. Now we want to get the tire off this rim. We have to break the bead. Several ways you could go about this. You could pound it with a hammer, try to break it off that way. If you do that, you got to be careful not to bend the rim. You don't want to hit the rim. You could use a jack, a big C-clamp. Many different ways, limited only to your imagination. Right now, I'm going to try an old true and tested method. I'm going to have Johnny, my cameraman, giving me a hand. My balance isn't what it used to be. Sometimes this will work, and other times it's just a little exercise. Okay. It worked this time. This isn't always the case. Get the other side. Okay. Oh, that was easy enough. Now we have to get this tire off this rim. We broke the bead. Now to get the tire off. I'm talking as if... Yeah. This is just a bottle. It's not a Febreze. It's just an empty bottle. I have liquid dish soap in here with some water. If you don't want to spray water on the rim because you're worried about rust in an inside, you can always use Windex. And we want to pry this off. And several ways you could do this. You could try nipping it around all the way around, piece by piece. That's what I'm trying to do here. And get little pieces at a time. But we're going to do something completely different now. Okay, watch now, watch. Not yet. Now I'm using this crowbar. If you had a tire iron, it'd be a smooth operation. Look at that, 1, 2, 3, and it's off. Now we have to get it off the other side. I just want to point something out before we start on the other side. Let me show you this. Trying to get that tire off, it's important that you push the tire down below the slip. You want to get it into the well of the wheel. You see, here's where the tire sits. Here's where it makes its bead. And down here is where the tire has to be pushed in order to give you the distance to pull it and get it over the edge. If you don't get it down into this well, it's almost impossible to get that tire off. So that's the purpose of pushing the tire down when you're trying to get it off on the other end. Any little advantage you could give yourself can make a big difference. Once you get this started, it usually comes out a lot easier. Huffing and puffing here. This tire just doesn't want to give. My knees just can't take the nailing down anymore. Working in the shop on the bench using a vise gives you a big advantage. I'm showing this because you might have a situation like I have here where you're not near the shop. Better. And you have to do this out in the field. There's times it could be a little frustrating, but just stick with it. The other one came off a lot easier, right?
Yeah. But easier than this.
Yeah, a lot easier than this.
Let's try it the other way.
My niece just can't take the nailing down like I used to.
No, we tried it that way, yeah. And we got it off easy. Yeah. What am I saying before that? You should put new tactic. We're trying from the other side.
Yep. Here we're getting some fireworks off in the distance over here. I'm just having one of those afternoons.
Yeah.
Crisscrossing like this with the two tire irons usually gets it right off. I have to tell you, if the first one was like this, I might not be doing the second one. All right, here we go. That's it. Just gonna pull it out now. On the way out, looks like I did a little damage. This has to be sanded down because these little grooves are enough to give you an air leak. I'm gonna sand it down over here. Once I have this cleaned up, I'll be back. Okay, it came out pretty smooth. We want to make sure this is clean all in here. Now, if you were putting a tube in here, this has to be clean and has to be smooth, but we're not putting a tube in. I'm just concerned about the edge where it's going to seal. Okay, John, go get that tire. Okay, go ahead. Nothing broke. That's all right.
Cool.
Which tire? This is this. Goes this way. It's going to be
No,
like this.
no. The tire goes like this on, like that. So
This, you want this on the out?
that on there.
You want this on the outside, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that thing leaks, by the way.
I'm not changing it now.
Okay. I saw that, by the way.
This one must be a different size. The other one went right on. How did we get the other one on?
I don't know.
I know how we got the top part on, but the bottom part, we just went like this.
Push it so hard, farts come out.
Yeah.
Need help?
I was gonna say,
How about we try and put it on from the other way? Like push the rim into it. Here.
okay, watch. I don't get it. I really don't get it. John, take that camera. I can't take the nailing down anymore. John, give me the tool. I think you hit on it, John.
What?
I think you hit on it.
What does that mean?
You got it.
Yippee.
You had the right idea. You hit on it.
Tell me if you need help.
Nope. Good right now.
Oh, that was close.
Okay.
That hurt my ears.
Now, we gotta get this. We should have went from the other side. Want to get this side here?
Here. Wait, do that
that's
again.
not-
Oh, okay.
Let's see if you can do this thing. Oh, I got a cramp on my. Oh, I got a cramp. Ooh.
11%.
Okay, sorry about that, guys. This camera's been going on and off throughout this whole video. The way I got this tire back on, I had the vice grips on one end, on the rim. I had Johnny, my cameraman, press all the way down on one side, and with the screwdriver and this pry bar, I just went all the way around and it popped right on. I was struggling with it before. I don't know what it is with this tire, but when we did the original tire, it came off a lot easier, and it definitely went on a lot easier. Now, when you're doing a job like this, if it's your first time and you made a few mistakes, don't feel bad. I show the mistakes I made in my video too. I don't scrub them out. For one, I had this set up right, but going back and forth, yonder, going back and forth, this belongs on the outside, this tie's on the right side of the Go Kart, so this tie is on wrong. Am I going to take it off and go through all this again and put it on the right way? I don't know. The other tire is the power tire, this one just rolls, but we all make our mistakes. Now, I want to point something out. Come over to the Go Kart. Now, this video's for lawnmowers, go karts, ATVs, whatever you may have. It's all the same. As a matter of fact, the larger tires are a lot easier than the smaller tires. But I want to point this out. When I did the side over here, is what made me think, well, maybe I should do a video on this. There are a lot of videos online how to take tires on and off. If you have a go-kart and that's what you're changing your tire on, this has to come off. The sprocket has to come off and the brake band has to come off. When you're putting a tire on, there's going to be a stub sticking out here. Even though you take this all off, there's going to be a stub that's part of the rim. My suggestion is, when you put the tire on, have the stub facing up, put the tire that direction. So you could put pressure on this tire, either by nailing on it, stepping on it, however you want to go. I made the mistake of putting it on this way, and I had that stub sticking out, and I had to put it between two cinder blocks to get it back on. That's another mistake I made. I hope this saves you some time and aggravation. Well, that's a wrap. If you found this video useful or entertaining, let me know. Post your comments down below. Give it a like, it does help. And if you haven't done so already, subscribe. Hit that Joe Z icon. And not to miss my new videos as I upload them, be sure to ring that bell. Until next time, stay safe. What do you think?
Yeah.